Shalom, Israel, Shalom, Shalom. It's your brother I with H.O.I Las Vegas, coming again with another Car Chronicles, another precept of the day, and another episode of the truth, right? But first and foremost, I like to give honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua. I like to give a double honors to the elders that paved the way in this truth, and we can get right to it. We're going to be going into social media, man. The social media lust, right? The internet sins that our people are committing, man. Like the internet has got us, got our people, man, jacked up, man. It's jamming our people up, man. That's all they into now, man. Our people can't wake up without, scrolling on that. Pick your phone up. First thing you do when you wake up, pick the phone up and start scrolling. And also our kids, man. Social media destroying the youth. It's destroying our kids, right? That's why this is important, man. Right? Let's go to Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 1. It reads, "And you have he quickened who were dead in trespasses and sins." Verse 2, "Wherein in times past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience." Right, so we walked according to this world at one point, right? We have been made alive. We can't fulfill the vanity of our mind, man, because we we was caught up in this social media. That's why the scriptures saying nothing new under the sun, right? Now our children, it says the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. Like this generation we living in, man, we getting destroyed by social media, man. We getting destroyed by social media. It's jacking our people up, man. Right? That's why we have to be mindful of the things we're doing, man. And don't get so caught up into this social media. Right? And these platforms that they're constantly creating. Right? Let me see. Let's get another one. It's important, man, that we make sure that we're not occupied, right? That we're not occupied in this folly, man, on the internet and the social media platforms, right? Because it's a form of programming. It's programming our little ones. It's programming our people to be a certain way, right? Social media nowadays is raising our kids, our children, right? And if you're not in the spirit, if you're not teaching your kids, if you're not teaching your households, it can jam you all up, man. It can destroy us, right? It can destroy your household. Reading on Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 3. "Among whom also we all had our conversations in time past in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath, even as others." Right? So we shouldn't be fulfilling the desires of our flesh, basically, right? We shouldn't be desiring the desires of our flesh, right? It's like, right. So, Salaki. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 37 and verse 27, right? And we have to be mindful too, man, that the Lord is watching us and documenting everything that we're doing. He's documenting, he's writing, he's taking notes on what the hell we doing down here, right? So we have to be mindful and make sure that we're in the spirit, that we're following the law, statutes, and commandments, and that we're not breaking them, right? This social media, man, can hem you up. It can hinder you from doing the work, right? All right. This Sirach chapter 37 and verse 27. My son, prove thy soul in thy life, and see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it. Verse 28. For all things are not profitable for all men, neither have every soul pleasure in everything. Right. So a lot of a lot of people, man, like don't need social media, right? Because of the lack of self control. A lot of our people don't have that control to not pick that phone up and be scrolling. Once they get to scrolling, they get caught up in it. And next thing you know, they've been on there for like 10, 20 minutes. Next thing you know, it turns to an hour. You done been scrolling and looking at videos, and you caught up in the what's going on there. Now you forgot your prayer. Your prayer alarm went off. You forgot to pray, right? You forgot you was supposed to be reading. You was gonna read some chapters, right? You was gonna go study. You was gonna go do a lesson. Now you done got caught up and burned through your time. Now you like, I'll do it tomorrow. Those be them spirits, man, of this social media spirits, man. Right? So all our people don't need. It said, hey, a lot of men don't need social media because they can't control it, man. They ain't got no self-control, right? Let's go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and verse 3. For this is the will of Yahweh, even your Salakia. Hold on, where I'm at. Yeah, all right. So 1 Thessalonians 4 and 3. For this is the will of Yahweh, even your sanctification, that ye should abstain from fornication, that every one of you should know how to possess his vessel in sanctification and honor. Right, so I'll read verse 5 too. Not in the lust of concupiscence, even as the Gentiles which knew not Yahweh. Right, so we have to abstain from these fornications, man. Right? You got to abstain from these fornications, right? That we go through, man. You know, you have to abstain from these things, from the social media. It gets you all caught up, man. You know. And once you start scrolling, they kind of got an algorithm for you, man, that start sending, you know, they even start sending you like pornography stuff, depending on what you're watching, man. So that's why you got to be careful and mindful on what you're clicking on and all of that, man. Because next thing you know, they start sending stuff to you, and then now you lusting. You getting caught up in the social media. You clicking videos, you're signing up to stuff, man. All hell breaking loose, man. Right? So the people that, you know, deals with the spirit of the concupiscence, man, tend to have like secret chats and, you know, hidden pictures. You know, they use them photo photo votes and stuff like that, man. The secret nasty sites that they go on, man. Hey, it's wicked, man. But it's that spirit, man. That spirit of that social media spirit, man. Right? So that's why we got to be on our A game, right? Let's go to 1 Peter 2 and 11. And it reads, Dearly beloved, I beseech you, as strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lust, which war against the soul, right? So we can't be subjected to the flesh, to the fleshly lust, right? We have to fight back, man, you know, because we're warring with it, man. We at war. It says, which war against the soul, man. So it's a battle every day, man. You battling with this spirit, man. So you got to make sure that you on point, right? You can't be subjected to the fleshly lust, man. That's going on, man. So you have to put up a fight, and in order to put up a fight, you got to pray, fast, you know, continue to study, reading. you got to stay occupied in the scriptures, man. Right? Let's go to the book of Job 31:1. It reads, I made a covenant with my eyes. Why then should I think upon a maid? Right. So you have to make a covenant with your eyes, right? And uphold it. Right? You make that covenant with the Lord and you stand on it, no matter what. Right? So you have to have control, man. You gotta have control over your spirit. Right? Let's get one more. Let's go to the book Sirach 18:30. And we're gonna read 31 too. It says, go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thy appetites. If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock to thy enemies. Right? That Maglau D Salakia. Right. So you got to bear rule over your spirit, right? You got to bear rule over your spirit. You got to take control of your spirit. You can't let your spirit down get jacked up, man. Right? You on the damn ropes getting millywhopped, man. Right? That's because you're not staying occupied in the scriptures. You're not staying occupied in the spiritual things, man. You more so on the fleshly side of things, right? So we have to be making sure that we on point that we're doing the things of thus saith the Lord. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man. Right? So you have to bear rule over your spirit and have temperance, man. You gotta have temperance. Right? But with that, y'all keep reading, praying, fasting, studying, staying diligent, stay abounded in the work of the Lord, stay 10 toes down for the Lord, as he 10 toes down for you and gave you another 24. Continue to ask yourself each and every morning, what are you going to do for the Lord? Right? What are you going to do for the Lord? He woke you up. He did his part. What are you going to do now? Right? And remember to examine yourselves and continue to get better and better in this walk. We all fall short, but it's what you do going forward is what's going to make the situation better, man. If you have an alt with a brother or anything, man, go to that brother and show that brother love, man. It's no matter how rough it gets, the conversation gets, hey, man, we got to do what we got to do, man. But we got to do it in love, right? We got to love one another and have that brotherly love towards each other, man, no matter what. Because these days is getting shorter and we need each other more than ever, right? So, with that, and remember, this ain't a race. This is a marathon. We got to endure until the end, right? This ain't no be on fire a couple of weeks and then be slothful the next couple of weeks, or be on fire and then next thing you know, you're lukewarm, and this ain't that type of deal. You got to stay on fire. You got to keep that candle burning. You got to keep your oil going. You got to keep your oil filled, right? And with that, shalom.